Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making farmhouse fall DIY pillows and a tray using Dollar Tree items. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload. These DIYs are super simple and easy to make, so let's go ahead and get started. For this project, we are using the Dollar Tree baby blanket. And I also picked up this pack of stencils from Walmart, and I'll go ahead and link the description below. And the one that I picked out of the pack is one that says Give Thanks, and I thought that would be absolutely perfect for fall. So we're just going to place that in the middle of our blanket. And the color I'm using today is Golden Sunset from Apple Barrel. And I think it's a nice, pretty orangish golden color. And of course, our sponge brush and a little bit of tape. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to tape this down to the blanket just so then our stencil does not move when we're placing the paint on. So the first thing you're going to want to do is hold down your stencil as you're stippling on the paint. Now I'm using a dabbing motion compared to a brush motion because I didn't want any kind of bleed through or to accidentally move the stencil. It's super simple and easy to do with this stencil. I really love the decor, and I love that you can actually see what it's going to be when it comes to designs. I've never used stencils before. This was my first time, but I think it came out absolutely beautiful in the end. And when you're doing this, if you see any spots that you may have missed, be sure to go over it just once more before you lift it up. If you lift it up a little too soon, it'll be hard to put the stencil back on in order to go over it. And once you are finished painting everything, you will just lift up the tape on each and every corner and carefully peel away your stencil. And this is what it looks like. I really love how this turned out. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to make a second pillow to match, so I found this beautiful pumpkin stencil in the pack. And I'm using the exact same color of Golden Sunset from Apple Barrel. And it is an acrylic paint, but just as fair warning, I'm not too sure how it would do in the washing machine. So if you want this to be something that you want to wash in the washing machine, I always recommend going to maybe Michael's or Joann Fabrics and looking for a fabric paint for this project. But I wanted to do this on a budget, and I picked up this paint from Walmart for only 50 cents. But other than that, I really love this project, and it's something that you can do year-round, and you can change out the different patterns and just make your home look beautiful. And last but not least, I'm just adding a little bit of brown to the top, and you'll just carefully peel away all of the tape at all the corners, and you have your pumpkin. I'm actually making this a pillowcase for one of my couch pillows, but it's completely up to you. You can always fill this with stuffing and make a different size. But what I'm doing here is I'm tracing all the way around my pillow, just a little bit bigger than the pillow, to give myself a template on where I need to hot glue. And I'm actually having the picture on the inside, as you can see here. Because we're going to be flipping this inside out. And then you'll just take your hot glue and go all the way across, and then you'll take your second blanket and carefully place it right over your hot glue and press to make a nice seal. And you will do this on all three sides, and then you'll leave the top open for our pillow. And just be very careful because it is hot glue. I would definitely just recommend for an adult to do this project. And once everything is secure, it's time to flip it inside out. And we will just stuff it with our pillow. And this is what it looks like when you're completely finished. I just tucked in the edges at the top, and I love how this project turned out. I can't wait to use them. Now for our next project, I actually picked up this gray tray from Dollar Tree along with the wooden contact paper. And I'm just going to place the wooden contact paper at the bottom of my tray and seal that right on. And I actually decided to go with the exact same stencil of Give Thanks, but I only wanted the bottom part. So I'm going to go ahead and tape down my stencil right onto the platter and make sure that it stays and it's secure. And I'm using the apple barrel paint in white and of course my sponge brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the exact same stippling motion and hold down where I am painting in order to make sure I have a nice seal. And you definitely want to hold down, especially when you see my stencil is lifting up at the top. You definitely want to hold it down to make sure you have nice clean edges, because you don't want any kind of bleed through. And also, if you see any extra spots you may have missed, be sure to go over them just once more, just to be safe, before you lift up your stencil, because once the stencil's lifted up, it'll be very hard to put it back on in order to get that right. And I really love this because this gives me farmhouse fall vibes. I really, really love that look. And this is what it looks like when you are finished. I absolutely love how this tray turned out for fall. Now for our last project, I'm just going to be using the craft felt in cashmere tan, and I'm going to be making my own little version of the fabric pumpkins. I'm just going to be rolling this up and hot gluing it in order to make my stem. Now I've seen a lot of people do this and actually use a wooden stick, but I didn't want to do that because I do have a toddler and I know she would definitely pull it out and use it as a sword. So this way, if she gets a hold of it, it's completely fine. She can wield it around and no damage done. And so next, you'll just take your blanket, fold it once, fold it twice, and we're actually going to be cutting off all the edges at the top and getting rid of all of our stitching all the way around the blanket. But don't worry, we're going to do our own stitching today, but I promise it'll be super simple and super easy. And once that is done, you will just toss that away and open up your blanket. You will have nice little round edges. And I'm just using these craft needles that I got from Walmart and some jute twine from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick that through, and I'm using that string, and you're just going to want to cut and tie that off and make a nice little knot so it stays secure. And from there, we're actually going to start sewing. We're going to go in and out in a zigzag pattern, and we're going to be scrunching this up to make a nice little pouch as our pumpkin. And you're going to go all the way around your blanket. And this in and out motion, really, really simple and easy. And the jute twine is nice and durable for the fabric, but you don't have to use jute twine. You can use regular fabric string in order to do this too. And this is what it looks like when you are done. I am just going to use a pillow I got from Walmart and use the stuffing and fill that all the way up to give it nice little lumps and bumps for my pumpkin. And this is what it looks like when you are done filling it. And if you want to give it just a little bit of detail, you can always take your jute twine and just push it right through the center of the bottom and go in and out to add jute twine detail of the lumps and bumps in your pumpkin. And this is what it looks like with the jute twine. And last but not least, we're going to add our stem with lots of hot glue right in the center. We're going to tie that up and seal up our string to make this pumpkin nice and tight at the top. And then you'll just cut off the ends. And this is what it looks like. I absolutely love how this pumpkin turned out. And here are all 3 of our gorgeous Farmhouse fall pillows. I absolutely love how each and every one turned out. I had never done stencils before, but now I am definitely a fan. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.